Okay, so this video is concerning our new drivers and existing drivers and really trying to talk you through how to use the app and get the most out of it so you can increase your revenues. So again, Trusted Dispatch is a digital load board primarily focused on heavy equipment loads. So anything from an excavator to a bulldozer to a rock truck and maybe something as small as a skid steer or anything in between. Good resource for you to have a look at is the Become a Driver page. Even if you're an existing driver, this gives you an overview of how our system works and how our rates are calculated. So always worth having a little stop by and looking at that one as well. This resource here, Learn How to Increase Your Revenue with Trusted Dispatch, is what we're going to be focused on in this video. From feedback from our shippers, the driver profile is one of the most important aspects that you can actually adjust to increase some of your revenues. When a shipper posts a load and you accept that load, or you've made an offer and they click on that link, the first thing they can see is your profile, part of it anyway. Before they confirm, they're going to look at your profile and decide whether you are the right person for that particular load. Bearing in mind they could be shipping something meaningful to them or very expensive as far as the piece of equipment goes, or it's going to a job site. They need to build some trust. So they already trust us to use the platform, but again, they're trying to book you, the owner operator, and they want to make sure that it's all good. So the driver profile is something you can update anytime you like, and I'll just show you how to do that as well in the app or on the website. Go to the main menu. I'm on a staging site here, so it's going to look slightly different, guys, but you go onto the main menu, find the driver tool, the driver drop box there, edit driver information. This will look familiar if you've just onboarded as well, because this is your profile page. You can edit or add a profile picture. Here, I don't obviously want to show a mini excavator, but you would want a picture of your truck. We are not looking for a profile picture of this beautiful picture here. Funnily enough, the shippers aren't interested in that. They want to see your truck. So please, if you can, add a picture of your truck there. Add information about your vehicles, because they're going to see that as well. Really important driving experience. The more experience, qualifications and tickets that you have is going to build more confidence, and there's more likelihood of them selecting you and booking you on that job. So profile is really important. That is your calling card. The second thing I'd want to talk about is driver subscriptions. You might see a load in this system that works for you. As you click on it, you don't have a subscription, and you might think, well, I've got the basic or premium for semi, so I should be getting that load. Our system categorizes the loads. So if it's a smaller load, and say it's going to fit on a gooseneck trailer, and it's maybe a pallet or a small vehicle or a skid steer, more than likely it's going to be in that category. So what you'd want to do is, in your driver profile section, hit the notifications tab and select basic. So if you have this, if it's basic semi, then just click on basic gooseneck. While you're here, update everything else, hit submit, goes through for an approval process. It won't stop you using the system. You'll still, if you're a semi-basic member, you're not going to not be able to use the system or accept loads. But if you've got both on there, you're going to have more opportunities. So that's just a little thing to help you increase your revenues. You can pick whatever subscription you like, and you can have premium or basic, totally up to you. My advice, and some of our drivers that are more prolific and are able to get more loads, they are selecting the gooseneck and the semi. So you've got more opportunities, but again, completely down to you what you'd like to do on that front. The other thing I'd like to point out is the app. Drivers will often contact us and they'll see a load on their email, but by the time they've clicked on that, it may have already been taken. Loads do get taken pretty quickly, and that's something we're working on. But as they pop up, if you're on the app, you're going to have more chance than if you're waiting for an email to come through. Even if you're a premium member and those have been sent directly to you instantly, it's not always a guarantee you're going to get it in time. Depending on your service provider, if it goes through to your junk folder or your spam, or even when you open up your emails. If you're on the app, you can, well, in our settings, Once you open your app and you're signed into that, it will pop up a notification to say, hey, the load's here, check the app out. It's one click away. So my advice would be, and for our drivers that are doing really well and getting more loads from us, recommend downloading the app. If you've not already got it, download the app. So you can go to Google Play if you've got an Android phone, or an App Store if you've got the Apple iPhone. Download the app, log in. Once you're in, you're in. You're not going to have to keep re-logging in. Every time you use the app, it's going to update automatically. Anytime a load's on the system, it's going to show you straight away as well. Again, our system is a load board. It allows our shippers to get an instant quote, and if they like that quote, that rate, they can post that load. When a load is published, we're going to send you a notification, like I just mentioned. It's going to be via email. You're going to see it on the app as well. When you accept the load, thing to remember, you're in the area, you're on your way through, you've got the deck space, and the load dimensions and weight checks out, and you're comfortable, you can do it at that rate. If that's the case, hit the accept button. Don't delay, get it. If it's convenient for you, do it. Don't accept a load that you can't do. Don't accept a load that you're not sure you can do. Only accept a load if you know you can absolutely do it for that rate. The other option is if you're outside of an area, or the load is requiring a certain piece of equipment that you have to go and get, or it requires obviously a pilot car, or there's a ferry fee to be involved, then we suggest using the place offer button. This is how it works. I'll just show you quickly. So again, I'm in a staging site. This is something that we use to test. It's like a test environment, but I'm going to pick this load here. So Cat D7, let's assume I'm in the app. I've clicked on the load and I can see the details now. I'm in the load sheet. It works the same for email as well. So I can see the job information. I can see on the map where it's going from and to. There aren't any pictures, but I want to make an offer. So instead of accepting, I'm just going to hover over this, and I've got three options: message, shipper, place offer, or not interested. On the app on your phone, you may need to move your screen over to see this button on the right hand side. On the app on your phone, you'll need to click that to give you the options. But on this example, I just want to place an offer. So I click place offer. I can put in my rate, my all-in rate, to get that piece of equipment shipped. I'm going to put in my delivery date here. Click on the calendar, pick the date that's realistic to you. I'm also going to put in my offer expiration. This is really important. This is how long you want that offer to stay open for. We know you've got other jobs. You might be taking other jobs in the meantime. So make sure that's as realistic as you can make it. And importantly, when you are selecting your expiration, make sure you're using the clock properly. This shipper will only be able to see the load if the time frame you've selected for the expiration is giving them enough time to see the offer. So if it was today and you want it to end today, don't put in 1 p.m. when it's 12:50, because by the time they've got their email or notification, they're going to try and view your load, but it's going to take them to a page that says, sorry, there was one here, but you've missed out. You've missed the driver. That's expired. So just make sure you're using the clock properly as well, guys. It's a 24-hour clock, so give the shipper enough opportunity, and make sure if it's on the same day, you're given enough time in the day that they can view that offer as well. As a caveat to that, we see them coming through, we get the same notifications. If we see that it's a very time-sensitive window, we're going to immediately jump on the phone, contact that shipper, and tell them about you, how great you are as the driver, and try and get that load buttoned off and assigned to you as quickly as possible. Likewise, if a load is in the system, we've had some offers on the system and it's past the delivery deadline, or the offers have expired, we're still going to reach out to the shippers. We often have a shipper will contact us if they've just missed something, but they want to go ahead. Maybe they've had another carrier fall through that they're looking for, and they want to use us now, and they want to revisit that offer. And we can quickly dive back in, we can talk them through it, we'll reach out to you, make sure you can still do it, and then we can put you in contact with the shipper that way and get them to confirm that way. So it is automated, but we are on it. So if please place offers. If you see a load that might work for you, but you need more rate, or it clearly needs an extra fee, a ferry fee or a pilot car, whatever it might be, this is the best way that you can communicate that to the shipper and get paid the correct rate. The other thing you can do here is message the shipper. When we click this button, it opens up a message window. You can start typing here and you can put a message in, for example, can you send me a picture of the equipment? Are you flexible on the dates? Something like that, you know, did you know this load would require a pilot car, or does this rate include the ferry? Whatever it might be, you can communicate it to the shipper. We do see the transcript of your interactions as well. If we see that a shipper hasn't responded, we reach out to that shipper and try and get some communication going. It may be you end up dealing with us direct about that, for example. So we're on it. We're going to help you as much as we possibly can to have good communication. What the system won't let you do is put your telephone number in. It won't let you put rate information in. It will just stop that send and eventually just blank it out. So just keep it load relevant and you'll have a good experience. But use that if you're trying to get in contact with the shipper or need an answer back on a load relatively quickly. But again, we do monitor that as well. Confirmed driver status. When a shipper, when you've accepted a load and the shipper sees that coming through and they've reviewed your profile and they confirm you, your confirmation email that you're a confirmed driver basically means they've paid Trusted Dispatch, they're happy to use you, and you can start get rolling, you can start turning your wheels. When you see the accepted notification, you're kind of in limbo. The driver, you, have accepted that load, the shipper knows that you've accepted, and you can see, yeah, you've accepted that load. But don't start turning your wheels just yet. Wait for that confirmation email to come through, the confirmed driver email. It means that we've received full payment from the shipper. As soon as we have that, we are sending you all the contact information you need about that shipper. The shipper also gets your information. We strongly advise both parties connect with each other. So if you see that email coming through, that notification on your app that you're good to go on that load, pick up the phone, text, whatever you need to do, communicate to the shipper that you're good to go. And that's a good opportunity to speak to the shipper about the load. If there's any additional requirements that it might need, that's the time you want to start having that conversation. For example, if you've accepted a load and there's a ferry fee that needs to be discussed, have that communication with the shipper. If there's a load that requires a pilot car, but if you've accepted the system rate that you need that pilot car paying for, that's the time you'd want to have that conversation with the shipper. When you've completed the load, always ask for your haul complete code. We communicate that to the shipper as soon as they confirm you as the driver. So they do have that code. It's also available in their load sheet. So if you are delivering and the shipper's happy with the experience, ask for your haul complete code. If they say, oh, I don't know what that is, where to find it, you can say, well, Trusted Dispatch sent you the confirmation email, it's on there. They might look at their phone, their computer and go, yep, you're right, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 6-digit code. Or they might not be aware. You could say, well, it's on the load sheet. Sure enough, it's going to be there as well. So we do send it to them. They can review their email. It's going to be there. If they're really struggling, they don't know it, or you've forgotten to ask for it, just either speak to the shipper, but if you're not getting on there, give us a call. We can get that for you as well. So, you know, don't stress too much about that, but it is important that you ask for it. So just to recap everything we've gone through today. Update your driver profile, that's your calling card. Driver subscriptions, your notifications, at a minimum, if you're looking to get more loads, select basic for gooseneck and for semi-truck loads. Download the app, either on Google Play or App Store. Understand the system and how it works for the shipper, what they're going to see. And understand that when you're a confirmed driver, that is good to go. You're prepaid, it's good to go. Use the place offer feature. If you see a load that you're interested in, but the rate isn't quite good enough, place your offer, gets communicated directly to the shipper. If you've got a question about the load, instead of going through us and then us going through the shipper, you can communicate with the shipper directly. Use the message system, use the message button. When you've completed the load, get the haul complete code and enter that code into your load sheet so we can pay you direct as well. And actually, on another point, just make sure your deposit information is up to date. We pay everyone within 7 days of completing that load. We're not able to right now to pay you on the same day. Eventually we will like to do that, but right now we pay everyone as a bulk process once during the week, but it's within 7 days. So any loads that are completed, they're all together and we can make a payment direct, but we can't do that if deposit information is missing. So please update that as well. If you have any updates you'd like to make or questions about the system, any improvements we can make, we're always all ears. We can't guarantee to implement everything, but we do try. We have built it to support you guys, but feel free to drop us a line on 587 956 8681. We'll have that conversation with you and try and help you as much as possible. If you see a load that you like in the system, or if there's any concerns about a load that's obviously wrong, let us know so we can reach out to the shipper. There's quite a few loads that come through the system when we get busy times as well, and we're not always able to attend to every single one. So if you see something that's wrong or needs attention, let us know so we can nip it in the bud and get everything as accurate as possible. And again, thanks for using us. If you're an existing driver, thank you very much for supporting us, and we hope to support you. If you're new to us, use all the features of the system. If you can spot anything that you want to improve for a new driver or an existing driver, just let us know and we'll try and implement it. And yeah, thank you very much for sticking with me and watching the video. Hope to speak to you again soon. Bye.